Whoosh. We're skipping it. Alright, let's go. Barbarian, the Barbarian. Hell. There's nowhere I'd rather be. Alright guys, what's up? Let's see, last time I tried to do the sewers and it was too hard. So then I did the pit. That was just right. And it paid off because I got a new weapon for my mercenary here. It's better than what he had. It's pretty good. It's very honorable. So, I think for this time, I want to do the pit again. Because maybe there's some more slotted stuff I can get from there. And then, maybe, I'll just do Radiman again. Try to get him done. Or I'll skip him for now and just go out in the field. One way or another, I'm going to do some Act 2. Ah! Demon Hide, Sash! Hello, I'm Barbarian. The Barbarian. If you're new. I'm a Frenzy Barb. That means that every time I hit something, my attack speed goes up. And so does my movement speed. Pretty sick. Let me see, where's my skill button? Frenzy. Yeah, so he swings with both his weapons. Increases your overall speed. Yeah. It's got a big damage bonus on it. A little bit of magic damage. Whoa! Dang, Emilio's way stronger now. My gears, I got Talrosh's mask. Look at all those resistances and leeches. And Skulder's Ire. And String of Ears. Apparently ears are very good at holding potions. That is a maxed out bell right there. And Magnus skin gloves. And Terhaunch greaves. And just nameless weapons. Oh, that's a King's Grace. That's got a name. And then this other junk. Alright. This music's pretty freaking cool, actually, with the headphones on. Oh my goodness. It's so haunting. Ow, ow, ow. This is my Frenzy Barb Hell Mode playthrough. I'm basically just gonna go through Hell Mode. And I'm planning to record and show every bit of it. I'm not gonna do anything off video. Now I don't know how realistic that is. Because in Hell Mode, I think you gotta do a lot of grinding. Which is kind of what I'm learning right now. I'm gonna have to weave in some grinding into every episode. But I figure maybe that'll become my rhythm. I'll start off with a grind run, or a farming run, or whatever, and then do a story progression thing. Do a quest or something. Devil Ripper the Mad. That's one of the better ones. Poachins. Hey, hey. Ugh. There we go. No more wobbly keyboard. Alright, here's the pit. Yeah. Alright, what's this? Huh. I think mine's better, but with the hit recovery, I could see that being better in some situations. I don't know. Alright, so I think I've got to talk about video games when I play a video game. I don't know what it is, but playing a game just makes me go down memory lane of all the video games I've played in the past. All the good memories. Adventures had and lessons learned. Tragedies and treasures. What do I feel like? What game do I feel like talking about? You know, let's do one I haven't done yet. Ragnarok Online. I probably spent the most amount of time on that game out of all the games I've played. And you know what? If there was a server around that I liked the settings on it, I would still probably play it to this day. When I listen to music from that game, sometimes just in my daily life, it gives me the itch to go back and play it. But then I remember, oh, I can't. At least not the way I want to. The modern Ragnarok is crap. IMO. I like that old school stuff. If you couldn't tell. God. You know what? I haven't been looking at socketed gear. Again. Let me run back. Maybe because I haven't found any. Ragnarok was amazing. Ragnarok Online. I played International Ragnarok Online. They call it IRO. on the Chaos server. There was a Loki server too, but everybody kind of knew that was like the little brother. Chaos was the place to be. And mostly I played Sage and then Scholar once that came out. And I didn't even really like choose it. It kind of chose me. Like I chose Assassin. That's what I was for over a year, maybe more than 2, I don't know. For a long time I was an Assassin. And that was my identity in the game, so I wanted to stay. And then I got into a guild called Clarity. Shout out to Dumbo the Elephant. And and he... Oh my god, I'm dead. The guild needed a sage, and I was it. I was like, alright, I'll do it. Because we needed magnetic earth. Let's see. So I need my man back.
Good day.
Yeah. What's so good about it? Whoa, whoa, whoa. See, this is why you clear everything. I use the same philosophy when I play Pokemon. Just clear everything. Fight all the trainers. Don't skip anything. Because you don't want to be running past here one day on a mission in a hurry. And then surprise, you fucking left one behind. And the other reason, at least in Pokemon, was I don't want my levels to fall behind. Or my money. But here I just do it because I'm a completionist. Like when Guild Wars introduced the Vanquisher mode or whatever, Guild Wars 1, that was so my jam, it wasn't even funny. I was like, this is what I'm doing now. This is the game to me. I want to full clear every zone in the game. I never did, but I did some of them. That's another game I've got to talk about one of these days. Guild Wars 1. Oh my gosh. That has a special place in my heart, that's for sure. But Ragnarok. I'm talking about Ragnarok. Alright. Yeah, so Assassin was my guy first. And I got into this... it was really just an MVP guild of like 3 people. 2 like college roommate lovers or something, and me. And they sort of introduced me to MVP by just letting me tag along to their 2-man groups where they would kill it with just 2 people. Which at that stage of the game, and to me, was just the most impressive thing. I was like, oh my gosh, these 2 have got it all figured out. They're so economic with everything they do. That guild was ablaze. And that was where I made my biggest chunk of money. Biggest chunk of zenny. I think I made like 90 million zenny. No. I made 30 million zenny. That was my first big chunk of zenny in Ragnarok. Money on Ragnarok is called zenny. And that kind of set me up with some decent gear. It made me, I wouldn't say a force to be reckoned with, but just not a nobody anymore. It's like, you can't just ignore me now. I got a triple crit Jur and a mocking muffler and whatnot. That was a crit sin. You betcha I was. Clap, clap, clap. You know what I'm talking about. If you played Ragnarok, you do. Ah, crit sin was so cool. I didn't know it was so bad. I didn't know until way later. When everybody started, like... When min-max culture took over the game, is basically what happened. It was like, okay, on paper, crit sin doesn't make any sense for anything. Probably not strictly true, like... Everything's got at least a niche purpose in that game, but... Yeah, for the most part, the crit sin was like... just kind of cannon fodder. He's pretty much useless to groups that want to kill monsters. He's only slightly less useless to guilds because he's good at one thing, kind of, and that's breaking Imperiums. And really, if you want to be an assassin, if you insist on being an assassin at all in that game, you should probably just go non-crit build with a bunch of dexterity. A bunch of strength. And just enough agility to have like a decent attack speed and dodge things. So that was what the meta settled on with assassins. And it was cool. Wasn't bad. If you build your sin that way, you'd have a good, strong sin. Versatile, too. Because with the crit sin, you're pretty much constrained to just critting. Which pretty much constrains you to jurs. But with a dex sin, you're good with a jur or a dagger. So... you don't have to worry about missing. Which is kind of funny that, like, between the crit sin and the dex sin, it's really the crit sin who has to worry about missing. Because if he isn't using a crit gear, that's what's going to happen. He's just going to miss a lot. So, a crit sin's kind of married to his crit gear. Hey, we gotta kill the summoner! The other one. There we go. But yeah, mostly Scholar was my thing. Sage to Scholar. And boy did I love that. Oh my gosh. It's like a Sage and a Scholar in that game, particularly a Sage, is basically an anti-mage mage. That just happened to be right up my alley. Like, oh my gosh, it feels so good. Like, magically shutting down all these other dudes who think they're smart. Like, outsmarting the smart dudes. That's what it is. That's the archetype. I am the guy who outsmarts the smart dudes. That's not all I did, but... he's also like the debuffer, the crippler, the enabler, or no, the disabler. That's what it is. Juanin's Blessing. Hey, more defense and damage. You know, I do like damage. Prevent monster heal. Might come in handy someday. See, we got a shadow bow here. Let me go sell some junk.
Good evening.
Yes?
You know, to look at Ragnarok, you wouldn't think it was an impressive game if you never played it. But to play it, it's incredible. It was incredible. I don't know what it is now. Over the years, it became more and more like every other game. And it was grindy as heck, too. Like, you were going to spend thousands of hours just killing monsters to level up and find your gear. But that is the version I prefer to play, where the experience and drop rates are just baseline 1x. Why? I think I just like the slow burn. I'm a slow burn kind of person, I think. This goes here. Like, I played higher rates private servers, and it was fun. But it's fun in the same way that, like, Cheetos are good, you know? It's like, yeah, okay, it's a blast of flavor, it's delicious, it feels good in my mouth. Every time it's addicting, but it's short-lived. The joy is short-lived, and afterwards there's not a lot of, like, lasting enjoyment that lasts, you know, like good memories and a feeling of accomplishment and nostalgia and all that. Like, that experience is, a high rate experience is not going to produce that. Just plain and simple. It's too short-lived. It's too rushed. It's too out of sync with the game's natural pace and all that. So playing 1x is the exact opposite experience. It's like cooking in an oven instead of a microwave. Did I clear that dungeon, or? No. Look at that, 5-socketed shadow bow. This was the place for sockets, I'm telling you. Wherever I got the info, it was good. But on 1x rate servers, you really get to feel like how the game was meant to be played, where just the pace and like the care that's given to even just the NPC gear ladder, where like the gear you can get from NPCs, it's a little more expensive for the better stuff, and it just keeps getting better and more expensive gradually. And compared to the money you're going to have in like a year after playing this game, it's chump change, right? It's like you're talking about like a 500 zenny dagger to a 3,000 zenny dagger to a 15,000 zenny dagger to a 30,000 zenny dagger, and that's it. You just topped out the NPC gear ladder, right? For your dagger. You know, like a year from now after playing this game, you're going to be counting your zenny in the 30 millions, not the 30,000s. So, but at that stage of the game, that's a lot of freaking zenny. And you are incredibly weak. And you're selling, the loot you're selling is getting like 3 zenny a pop, you know? So, you've just got to struggle. It's struggle soup down there for a long time. And you're slowly but surely and incrementally carving out your place in your existence in this fictional world. And when you make it, you feel like you got somewhere that you were looking forward to getting, some stage of progress. You really feel it. You feel like, yeah, I earned this. This feels really rewarding. I'm cursed! Oh crap! Oh crap! That hurt! He slowed me. I couldn't run away. I have to walk back now. I'm never gonna level up if I keep dying. This was such a bad topic though, Ragnarok. I'm way too passionate about that game to focus on this one. Let's see. Ow! What? There's something alive in here still? EverQuest has the reputation for being the World of Warcraft before World of Warcraft. And maybe rightfully so, I don't know. But I would say it's actually Ragnarok. You can't hit me when I'm in the air. That's some BS right there.
Good day.
That's not how that's supposed to work. I might just have to reset the game to get my body back. I don't think Mercenary's gonna kill those by himself. I could be wrong, but I'm not. Alright. Portal. I do have the portal on my side. I got my body. Alright. My man's dead, but I don't care. No, 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 no. Oh, they got me in the air again. Well, I'm definitely not getting my body there. Let me see. How much money do I got? Yeah, it's enough.
Hello.
Let's try this again. I got a portal this time. Alright, so let me think. That'll help. And this leap thing is not helping. I should have Frenzy here, ready to go. Do it fast, do it fast. No, he freaking cursed me and slowed me. I forgot the portal again. I need mana. Where's my body? Where's my body? Fight, little man. Ow, ow, ow. Ah. Yeah, the hit recovery, without it, one hit's just gonna get me.
The sisterhood.
I'll try one more time, and then I'm gonna reset this thing. Let me get some health pots here. There goes all my experience. Dang it. Like that's gonna matter. No, 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 no. There it is, there it is. Yes! Okay, back to town, back to town. See, if I just focus, I can get it. Alright. See, hit recovery would have been good from that belt I had. We get some scrolls here. Let me go buff myself here. So we're ready. See, I didn't have my hotkey ready. Nope, 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 nope. It's much too painful. Oh, not again. Alright, well. Yeah, level 2 is just too hard. I'm gonna skip it.
Hello.
Dang, so I'm stuck at pit level 1. That's all I can do. Wah. I know I can run Countess. Maybe I'll just do that. Immune to physical. Ignore him. Yeah, my resistors are still junk. That's probably the main problem. Nope, nope, nope. Oh. I'm getting wrecked today.
Yes.
Get up, Emilio. I'm level 76. I think String of Years is the better belt here. It's got the damage reduction. Oh, he died. Dang.
The sisterhood welcomes you.
But even Emilio is getting killed. Maybe these are too strong. I don't know what to think. Maybe I should run nightmare bosses, get some better gear or something. I need my resistances up. Alternatively, I could go to Luca Lane. Go out into the field. Maybe that's actually easier than what I'm trying to do. Yeah, it's kind of easier. Wait, here's some bosses. Whoa, he got destroyed by those spears. Come here, little guys. Alright, screw this. We're going to Nightmare. Going to Nightmare Boot Camp.
Yes?
Don't even have enough gold for the Emilio. That's fine. Going alone. I don't need potions, I'll find some. Alright, Nightmare Trav. Am I strong enough for this? Let's find out. Get him, Barbarian. Our resists are pretty much maxed out. I'm doing good. Ow, ow, ow. See? Even on Nightmare I can get killed. This is unacceptable. Why does lightning hurt me so much? My lightning resist is 74. Whoa. I have to farm gold now. This is when you know you really failed. You've hit rock bottom. I've never done a cow level before. Maybe I should do nightmare cows. Diablo. A great sword. Ultimately, Sage and Scholar are support casters. His only real attack is Firebolt. And that's not even that real. But if you, in like PvP environments, it can be good if you combo it with Stone Curse. So then you get to do 2 Firebolts. The second one does bonus damage. PvP in that game was funny. It wasn't like PvP in games these days. It was just straight up Wild West. Like, a PvP room in that game was just a direct copy of one of the main towns. I think there was like 4 or 5 of them. It's the main towns, but with all the NPCs and people subtracted. It's just PvPers are there. And there's some kind of like ranking system in the PvP rooms, but I never really knew how it worked or cared about it, and I don't think anyone else did either. Like, you would just have a number in the corner of your screen. It tells you what rank you are based on who freaking knew what. And there would be a bell that would ding if somebody got killed. And that was kind of that was kind of it for the structure of PvP. And it was awesome because if you were like interested in like social sciences, that would be like a really interesting environment to study. Even though it's a game, right? Like, it's real people playing the game, and so the behaviors are human behaviors. And like the social dynamics that emerged in PvP rooms were just fascinating to me. Like, all right, here's kind of what it's like going into a PvP room that has other people in it. Well, actually, here's what it's like going into a PvP room alone, and then someone else arrives. So you're kind of standing in the middle of the town. And the reason you're in the middle of the town is because you've been to PvP before, and you know that that's just where everybody meets up. They're like, let's go to the spot where is kind of central to the map. So if anybody comes in that room, there's this shared awareness with you and that person that it's just you two, and you both came here to fight, and so you have to fight each other, kind of. But that's almost never what actually happens, at least not for a little while. What usually happens is that, like, you're standing in the center of the room, and the second guy comes up, and you don't actually know what kind of guy he is. Like, some players, they'll just go up and straight up try to kill you. Like full throttle, right? They're throwing everything into it. But that's actually really rare. What's way more common is someone will walk up and they'll see you, and then they'll sort of like do a circle around you, kind of like a dog meets another dog in the wild or something on the street. They'll like sort of do what do you call it? Like formations around you, looking at you, kind of sizing you up, checking you out. Maybe like come close if when he's feeling brave, and poke you a little bit. Oh, it's so funny. And people would gauge each other's responses. So like in PvP, if you got poked, there's like an unspoken, what was it, like, it kind of gave you permission to poke them back. And some people just wouldn't poke back. And that, if you did that, it would be taken as you're weak and you're a pushover, right? And so if the other person is kind of psychopathic or a little bit, they're going to see someone to take advantage of. Like, oh, this is somebody I can just kill for fun, and they're just going to put up with it. But if you did poke back, and they were psychopathic, they might, well, maybe psychopathic is too strong of a word. But yeah, like, people have got different personalities, and they would emerge in how they act in PvP. Like, sometimes you get into these poking wars where you're poking each other, and you start out assuming that it's play, but then like your health kind of gets a lot lower than is comfortable. Like you get below half health, you're kind of like, okay, stop now. You're thinking, stop now. That's enough. And then you start getting worried he's gonna kill you, and you don't want to let him get a free kill on you. Then he's gonna think you're a pushover. So now you've got to do something. You've got to either bite him a little bit, like sink your teeth into him, metaphorically, right? Like, that could mean hitting him back with something that's kind of strong, taking a big chunk of his health. Or it could mean neutralizing him and then, like, just taunting him. Not taunting him, but, like, well, maybe taunting him a little bit with, like, emotes, or just, like, do the sit and stand, hump his corpse thing, hump his body. I just tried to do it now. I just drank a potion. That's funny. Or, this one's pretty good. You neutralize him, get him into some kind of stone curse or frozen or whatever. Then you start casting something that could really hurt him. But before it finishes casting, you cancel this amount. That sends a pretty good message too. It's like, hey, don't mess with me. I do bite back. So if you're gonna mess with me, just do it. You can only do it a little bit. I'm not gonna let you get away with too much. But you don't want to be too uptight either, because people hate that too. Where it's like, come on, you won't even... You're such an egomaniac, you won't even let me test my weapon on you for a couple pokes or whatever. Yeah. People don't like that either. And, you can tell in the way that they act afterwards. Even though they don't all respond the same way. There's like a pattern of mistrust, I think, is part of it. It's like, well, if you don't trust me to hit you, then I don't trust you in general. Just test my damage on you. Like, come on, what's the big deal? And then there were other funny things that people would do to take advantage of that PvP etiquette. Whether there's an expectation to let people test their weapons and damage on you, at least for a few hits. Where some people would make weapons that they autocast things. So, from your perspective, it looks like he's just testing his weapons. And then suddenly the autocast procs, and you're stone cursed, and he's firebolting you. And it's going to do a bonus damage because of your element when you're stone cursed. Yeah. So really dirty stuff like that would kind of happen too. Once in a while. It's things like that that make me think,
I can't carry anymore.
you know, if the great psychologists of history had this game, or just video games in general, they would have had way fewer doubts about the true nature of human beings than they did. I think Hobbes was one of them. I think Hobbes was the guy who thought people were fundamentally evil. And there was another guy who thought they were fundamentally good. I don't remember his name. I hate when they get behind these things. I can't click them. But yeah, I think both of those guys in a PvP room on Ragnarok would have had something to learn. Because there were times where I was absolutely shocked at just how fast and extreme things became violent and contentious. And there were other times where it was the exact opposite, where I was like, how in the world is everybody like not just killing each other outright with all of the like the boundary pushing that's going on here? Like they're all pushing each other's boundaries, but not past the point that it's intolerable or unacceptable. Boundaries regarding how much damage they're taking. Like they're coming really like right up to the line about how much is really acceptable to deal without breaking the I'm just playing pretense, you know. I'm just testing my weapons. I'm just whatever. Sometimes yeah, the play would last surprisingly long without things degenerating into just all out war. It's like, wow. That's that other guy who said humans are fundamentally good. He would really like this. Sanders riprap. This is junk. It moves real fast, but that's pretty much all it does. You sell it.
What do you need?
I think it's obviously both. Humans are obviously both good and evil. And those two impulses are just at war in all of us. And it's a daily struggle to make sure good wins. a daily commitment. If it isn't, good loses. Stormcaster. Grand Vizier of Chaos. I did play a knight on Ragnarok for a good amount of time. Many nights. And I really liked it. Just like World of Warcraft, the warrior-ish class, like the archetypal warrior class, felt the most natural and the most enjoyable on it. Like the game was made for him. And what's funny is that knights, in general, are a mobbing class. You could build a knight to be a 1 versus 1 fighter. Usually they were agility knights, agi knights we called them. But even the agi knights leveled faster and made more money if they would gather up a group and kill the group instead of just going one at a time. Because even as an agi build, you were still pretty beefy. Like, knights get to wear some high defense gear, and they naturally get some vitality, and naturally get a lot of HP, and it can naturally carry a lot of potions and all that. With their high strength and their mount.
I am overburdened.
And on the test, when you become a knight, one of the... Actually, no. Yeah, I think one of the things they tell you is unknightly to do. That you shouldn't. One of the things you shouldn't do is gather up monsters in groups to kill them. It's so weird, right? It's like, well, that's the funnest way to play it, though. Why is this? Why is there a stigma against this? And it's an in-game stigma, so. But it wasn't totally clear that it was totally in-game, because there were eras of the game where the actual rules from the admins or the game masters was you're not allowed to mob things too much or in a way that's disruptive to other players who are using the map. And sometimes they got like more strict with it than other times, where it's a little ridiculous. It's like, well, what's the point of even playing this class if I'm not allowed to gather monsters in groups? What we call it, mobbing. And the same, what is it? The same stigma, I guess you could say, was present, like, textually in the game, in the priest quest. I think there's the same comments is made when you're becoming a priest. It says I will not gather. You have to like swear a vow to not gather mobs in groups or something.
I can't carry anymore.
Could be wrong about that, but Ragnarok was very meta like that in a lot of ways. And it isn't clear to me even all these years later whether it was intentional or an accident. And it's very intriguing to me. Because the effect it had on playing the game, not knowing whether this was like just an in-game sort of lore fake rule
I am overburdened.
or an actual rule. And then like the ambiguity that came through the way that the GMs would enforce it sometimes and not enforce it other times, and have different standards depending on which GM is enforcing it and all that, created the same ambiguous feeling. And so the effect of the whole situation on the player was like unintentionally immersive. Yeah. That's what it was. I got too many pots. Let's get choosy here. I want to look at the sword. I want to sell the
I
sword.
can't carry anymore.
What do you need?
Jamela. Look at fork. I'm almost certainly going to sell the fork.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hail to you, champion.
Alright, now I can hire my friend again, right? Yeah, we're back in action, Emilio. Just in time to get killed by Diablo. No, I'm just kidding. I'll keep you alive. Your resistances should be pretty good here. Yeah, they're maxed out. But his lightning laser, I bet you it's still gonna hurt though. Yeah, it's got a little nip to it. I don't know if it's enough to run out of the way of it. Yeah. Diablo down.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Whoa, look at that. 71 resists on that. That's a lot better, more than 40, that's for sure. It's got the same run walk, that's good. Half freeze duration, that sounds good. And it's got 10 MF. Wow, holy smokes. Lightning and poison resist, huh? But the other two are going to go down by 10. My cold resist is going to suck. And my fire too. Dang. I'll hold on to him for the moment.
What do you need?
Nice. Yeah. Maybe I should just prioritize resists more strongly than I have been. Like, just kind of ignore damage. Go for resists. I think that's mostly what kills me. Like, this armor has no resist on it. And that's probably a big problem at this stage of the game. Even though I really like this armor and the MF and want to use it and keep it, I probably shouldn't. Kind of the same with these. They're just taking up space though. They're not sabotaging my resists. Yeah, String of Years is the better belt for sure. I'm getting rid of this thing. I think there is an armor rune word I can make that gives me all resists. Or at least the main three. I think it might even be the one that the mercenary guy in Act 5 gives you. I think it's like Raul or Tal or something. Maybe that's a shield. I think that is a shield, actually. Hmm. 23 lightning resists. 4 to all resists. Well, if I switch this all resist out for a strong fire resist, this has more resist on it total than that. Even though this has a better spread. And then this ring will balance out these boots. Let me try that on hell mode and see what happens to my resists. They should get a lot better. Or, I mean, a little better. So let's see. Go buff me up. Don't think it matters, but It does matter though. So I've got 27, 2, 14, 13. And this makes it 38, negative 12, 36, 34. Yeah, that's a lot better, but resists are worse. I mean, cold resist is worse. Maybe that's worth the trade-off. Lightning resist here. Okay, I could switch this out for a cold ring. And this does have more resist on it than the lightning. That'll bring my lightning down dangerous. But it would bring my cold up to match it. This is probably a way better gear build here than what I was doing. And honestly, cold just doesn't hurt. Cold is the least damaging of the 3 elements. And so maybe it's okay if that one sucks. Lightning is the most damaging. That is the highest maximum. So that's probably the best way to do it right there. Much as I hate cold and don't want that to happen, but let's give it a shot. Chances. You know, I may have to MF Nightmare Mode. I'm going to keep those for now.
What you need?
What you need? Alright, alright. This could be cool. Oh yeah, I refreshed the map when I switched modes. Same as Nightmare too. No, no, don't surround me. He's hurt. And they don't take a lot of damage either. Now I'm fully surrounded. Nothing's dying. If something died, get out of there. Kill these little dudes. There's a boss in there. Yeah, these resists are helping a lot. Magic still hurts, but it doesn't just wipe me out like before. Night Clan. They're just the coolest looking monster, Night Clans. I can't think of a monster that looks cooler than them in this game. Immune to physical? Berserk it is. Hey, it's working. You stole my mana! Get in here, Emilio! What are you doing, bro? About time we did something.
I am overburdened.
An axe! Just what I don't need. Rake scar. Poison and poison. Poison. Less poison in, more poison out. That's what that is. I'm gonna go sell it.
Good to see you.
These two. I saved the chip gems to combine runes. That's right, you can combine runes with chip gems. The low runes you can combine without any gems. But as they get higher up, you need gems to combine them. And it starts at Thalrune. Thalrune is the first rune on the rune tier list, where you need gems to combine runes. And the gem you need to combine 3 Thal runes is a chipped topaz. Which is nice, because Thol and Topaz both start with the letter T. And the same thing happens with the next root. I think 3 Thols makes an am. And to combine 3 ams, you need an amethyst. And then 3 ams I think makes a soul. And the same thing happens with soul rune. To combine 3 souls, you need a sapphire. It starts with an S. And that's where the pattern breaks. It goes T-A-S-R-E-D, Tazred. Topaz, amethyst, sapphire, ruby, emerald, diamond. Only the first 3 match the first letter of the rune that they combine. That's a nice little memory trick. And after the chipped diamond, the pattern starts over again. From flawed topaz. Goes through flawed gems. Yeah, the crafting systems on Diablo 2. I'm not the most knowledgeable about them. I just know a few things here and there. When I was playing this game as a teenager, I did almost no crafting. I didn't know anything about it. I was hardly aware that it existed. I just kind of wondered, how do people get all these really hard to find items? Well, part of the answer is they make them. You need a 6-socketed greatsword. You can make it in your cube, if you know how. Or whatever the name of that sword was. Here's the tower. Forgotten Tower is an apt name for it. When I go out to enter it, I usually forget what I was doing. No, not cold. I'm doing so much better now that I fixed my gear resists up a bit. I mean, it is still just the Countess, but it's something in hell mode that's actually worth running. So as long as I have something like that to run, I can claw my way out in power. I think even if I just had like a single player version of Ragnarok, I would play it sometimes. Like, not for long periods of time, but I think maybe mostly for the nostalgia. And I think I might even prefer it single player. Which is pretty weird. Because there's not a lot you can do of significance on that game single player. There's just dungeons and monsters to grind and whatnot. And it's like, it's made to be a social game. Oh. It's probably just that it's a game that made an impression on me at a young age. Things that make an impression on you at a young age, I think they stick with you. You become attached to them in some way that you can never fully break. It's a part of you. It can be a bad thing if you are living in the past, looking backwards all the time. That you're not moving forward.
I am overburdened.
You don't want to let yourself get to that point. But it's also can be healthy. Revisiting things you loved from the past. Seeing what there is there that you couldn't see before, but you can now. And also, like trying to mine out the essence of what it was about it that held your attention so well. And, captured you and inspired you. Because it didn't capture everybody's attention. That's one interesting thing about it. Whatever your thing is, like that. There's a lot of people that didn't speak to, who moved on, did other things, or they were captured by other things. And there's also a lot of people who it spoke to, but not in the same way that it spoke to you. That was one of the things I learned. It took me a long time to learn. Was that I was enjoying games in a much different way than most people were. And not in like a narcissistic sort of... not in a narcissistic way. Like, look at me, I'm so unique and special. Just in kind of a neutral way. Like, I don't judge them or myself for it, really. It's just interesting. Like, sometimes it causes problems or tension with me and other players or friends. And sometimes it did the opposite, where it was like, hey, I found a fellow traveler. Someone who enjoys the game the same way I do. Finally. That's so nice to find. It doesn't happen so much. Doom spawn the jagged. These things are getting beefier, feels like. I'm getting weaker. One of the two. That's how we do it here. Keyboard, mouse noises, drinking noises. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck! We do Diablo here like Cartman did World of Warcraft in South Park. Okay, not quite that bad. But I do have my lights turned off when I play Diablo. Except for one little red light. Make me feel like I'm in hell. That was a joke. It's not to make me feel like I'm in hell. But it is a red light. Get 'em, boys. You know, a Boazon might be satisfying, because I haven't done that in ages. And watching these little dark archers shoot me with a bow kind of makes me, like, feel like I want to do that. I do like kiting. Kiting is a tactic in video games that I always enjoy. I'm never like, this is terrible with kiting. I never hate it. It makes me feel skillful. And that's a feeling I like. But too much of it can feel tedious too. Where sometimes when you're playing a character that has to kite to get things done, I get the feeling that, man, I wish I was just one of those meatheads that could just run in and click things. I didn't have to dance around and be all fancy and shit. I could just enjoy the visceral pleasure of like touching a thing with my finger and watching it be torn to pieces and exploded. And a loot pinata comes flying out of it. See, that's what they said in Diablo 3 development. They said part of the fun of Diablo is the monsters were loot pinatas. You kill them and a bunch of loot flies out. I thought, have you even played Diablo 2? That's not true. What I actually thought was, yeah, that's right. It's a good point. Diablo 3 is going to be awesome. And then it wasn't. And so now I think, have you even played Diablo 2? Like probably more than half of the things I kill drop nothing.
Greetings.
And the things that do drop something, most of them drop one thing. And then like some small fraction of them
Good day.
drops more than one thing. But even then, it's like just one or two things. More than one. You only ever got a loot pinata when you killed a boss or opened a chest. A fancy chest at the end of a cave. Not any chest. Not just any chest. Shiny, glimmery gold one. One of the most valuable things I learned playing Diablo 2 was that trust is the most valuable currency there is. Because when you play Diablo 2 multiplayer online, you had to transfer gear between your characters, like all the time. And to do that, you would need somebody you could trust to help you do the transfer. Now, they didn't have to do anything but stand still and wait for you to get done. It took like, sometimes it would take less than a minute, sometimes it would take an hour. If you're rearranging your inventories and stuff. Your mules. But yeah, you needed somebody who you could trust to just stand there and not steal your stuff as you come and go. Do your transfers. And, Diablo 2 and Path of Exile have that in common, I think. Inventory space was it was necessary in order to really make it and like get rich and economize and all that. Particularly because there was not a real currency in the game. Which is funny because Diablo 2 does have gold. It's just kind of worthless. It doesn't have a lot of good uses. So the players had to, through the bartering system, come up with their own currencies. And generally, the standard was Stone of Jordan. A ring, what we called SOJ. That was our version of the dollar. And as a dollar, it was okay, but it wasn't really that good. Because it was actually too valuable. And SOJ is a really rare thing to find. And a really powerful thing to wear. And it's universally good on all characters. Like, it's one of the best in slot rings for pretty much any character you're playing. Just because the stats on it are, they're not class specific or tailored to any sort of archetype or anything. It's just +1 to skills and some other shit. So no matter what class you are, what you do, or how you do it, +1 to skills is going to help you do it better. And you can wear 2 of them. So you need 2 of them. So that was our currency, SOJ. Stone of Jordan. And it being too valuable, it was a crap currency. Even while it was being duped like mad, it still wasn't a good currency. It was better than nothing, but that meant we had to actually be able to barter. And in order to be able to barter, you have to have a huge inventory of a wide variety of things that people want. And in order to do that, you have to have a bunch of mules to carry all that stuff. Because your inventory on one character is not even remotely big enough to hold all the things you're going to want on that character, let alone on multiple characters or that many other people would want. So the more stuff you could store, the more you could trade, barter, and make deals. And the thing is, with a bartering system, no matter how much stuff you store up, well, almost no matter how much stuff you store up, trades are still going to be like almost always mismatched. And pretty much always to a proportion a lot greater than we're used to in a world with currency. Like with currency, we can match things down to the penny, value for value, and consistently. But in a bartering world, like Diablo 2 multiplayer, you can't really do that. Like imagine a world where the smallest unit is like a $10 bill, and you just have to do all of your buying and selling in increments of $10. That kind of would simulate what Diablo bartering was like. It's like, alright, well, pretty much no matter what you're trading, you're probably going to get screwed out of 10 or fewer dollars. Because you're just going to have to round up or down. Someone is. And since everybody knew that was the situation, it wasn't too hard to get people to agree to take the hit. And so you could focus your attention on trading a lot. And get other people to take those hits a lot. And the difference you get to see as profit. Do that enough, it adds up. Now, I never played the game like that. I know other people did. I played it like just a workhorse. I was the dude who was like, I'm gonna grind like a madman, kill bosses over and over and over again for hours on end, looking for rare items. I want to be the guy who kills monsters and hunts things and finds cool things, finds treasure. And I gotta admit, I didn't have a lot of success doing that. I mean, I put in the time. I just really did not have the luck. I don't think I ever found one SOJ when I was in that thing. Maybe I found one, but if I did, I don't remember it. No, I don't think I did find one. Nope. I never found a storm shield. That's another big item, big valuable item. I found perfect war traps off Ragnarok. That's the best thing I ever found on Diablo. %% magic fine. That's what perfect means. Level 4. This is actually not bad experience, considering I get runes at the end of it too. Maybe I'll just do the Countess for Couple levels. Here we are. Well, they drain my mana, and they're immune to physical.
Hello.
I am defeated. Time to delete my character. You win, Wraith. Don't let you need me. You know what I came for. Diablo's a cool game, but I gotta say, Ragnarok's more my speed. I like the grind. It soothes me. Here, it's not a grind. I have to pay attention. Make sure I don't die. On Ragnarok, it's like, no, you're not gonna die. Just do your thing. I mean, you could go to places where you could die. And you could play, like, you could do high risk leveling and hunting and stuff. But that wasn't the only option. You also had low risk progress, and that was a nice way to cap off a day at work, you know. Because you don't have to focus so much, and you can kind of reflect on your day, or whatever you want to reflect on, while still playing the game and making progress. Man, I kind of wish these clan dudes had their own, like, zone or something. I want some Night Clan lore. Or a Night Clan saga of the Diablo 2 story. I want to know why there's different clans of the clan. It's Night Clan, Blood Clan, Moon Clan, and so on. And why they're different colors. And how they feel about it. And what their culture is. They're evil, so you know it's going to be evil. But I want to know the quality of the evil. What kind of evil are they? So I bet it's interesting. Oh, no, no. Ah! I didn't even have a portal.
Hello.
You know, I think this is the same map from before. Seems familiar. It just got undiscovered when I switched modes. I could be wrong about that. I'll have to pay more attention to it. Also, this tower might be one of the most beautiful structures in this game. Like, it always strikes me when I go into it. Just this, like the shadows and the depth and it. It's one of those things that's like, it looks so good I want to put my hand on the screen and feel it, but I can't, because that isn't how screens work. Yeah, all these games are... they're in me now. They're stuck with me. Or I'm stuck with them. I don't know. Stuck's the wrong word. They're a part of me now. And if I could, I would keep them with me. Like, if there was just some like Diablo trinket somewhere. I could buy like a statue of a little statuette of a barbarian or sorceress. I would treasure that. And have it on a shelf somewhere to remind me of this game. So that I can channel it. That's what it is. Channel the memories and things I learned in it. Experiences I had. The stories in it. Alright, Emilio. It's all you, buddy. Get him. Try to hit the ones that are not immune to physical. That's my advice. Whoa, 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 whoa. He saw me. Oh, crap. Alright, I'm good. Get me out of here. Yeah, that hit recovery is ugly. Good day.
Greetings.
This fight's pretty hard for me. There goes my mercenary. I didn't even get to kill one dude. I might be broke now. Yep. I surely am.
Yes?
It's these curses and cold combo. Well, maybe it's time to make some rejuvenation potions. I don't know. What was it? 3 health, 3 mana? No? How do you make those again? Was it 1 of each? Might just be 1 of each. And 2 of each. Now wait just a minute. The 6 of each? I don't think so. No, that looks wrong. How do you make a rejuvenation potion? I know there's a way. I'm quite sure it was 3 and 3. I don't know. But in any case, let's see what I can do solo. Probably nothing. Alright, I'm getting them. Yeah. Yeah, it's this cold and curse combo that really messes me up. And then the boss dude comes and hits me like a truck. That's the killer combo there. So let me kill his friends. One by one. Let these effects wear off of me.
I can't carry anymore.
Curse, stone skin, cold enchanted.
I am overburdened.
See, when he misses me 3 or 4 times in a row, that really helps.
I can't carry
The dice rolls. Okay, those hurt. And they're immune to physical.
Impossible.
Potion me up. Skipping you guys. Screw you. No. I want a regular bath with water. Bath salts. All right. Some potions. That's you, huh? Alright, I guess you're not gonna die in this time. Dang it. She can't change her rooms. But her aura can hit me. Fire enchanted aura. Enchanted spectral hit. So she has lightning shock aura. She hits with fire damage. She's immune to fire and cold. Which is exactly what my weapon does. So does fire and lightning. Man, I rolled a crappy Countess. An undefeatable Countess. That sucks. I'm honestly thinking, maybe I should just go sword and shield build. Because I think that might actually work better in hell mode. Maybe at least until I get my some better gear. Because a shield would basically solve my resist problems. And give me more defense, give me a block. Like, I would kill slower. But my Merc would help with that still, and as long as I don't die, I can usually just get it done. Holy crap. This is like the most disappointing episode I've ever recorded. Everything goes wrong. Nothing is right. All of my gains will be undone. Now, let me hit her a few times. And then run. And heal. Because she can't leave that room. So that's good to know. She can't leave the room she spawned in. And also, funny enough, sometimes this is not the room she spawns in. It's the side room. So she does heal. Alright. Well, she's unkillable for me. Let me get out of here with the experience I gained before I lose it all.
Greetings.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, this whole thing has just been hilariously, epically fail from beginning to end. I think this is a good time to call it a day. Or a night, I guess. Yeah, it's getting late. Alright. That's it, folks. See you next time.